Protecting yourself from women is not an option. It's a requirement. It's something that has to be embedded in you by default. You have to protect yourself from women. Even if you have something or a life that you think is not even all that, you still have to protect yourself from women, because your life is in your hands and you cannot allow any woman to take your autonomy or your power. As a woman grows in more power, protecting yourself from women is not a request. Protecting yourself from women is not a recommendation. Protecting yourself from women is a requirement. Women are not harmless. They are not trustworthy by default. They are none of those things. Why protecting yourself from women is necessary? Number one, women pretend to like you while secretly envying you. Okay? Women are pretenders. I never really believe how a woman feels about me by default. I have to let it ride out and I have to let it play out. I never believe what women are presenting to me. I never believe it, because I know that women are pretenders. They will not like you. They will envy you. They will wish they were in your position while congratulating you, thanking you, praising you. They will do all of those things. But deep down in their core, they feel like they deserve to be where you are. And that's just real. So women pretend to like you while secretly envying you and despising you. So while keeping that in mind, you're not going to believe what women are presenting to you. You're going to let time play out, and you are going to let their true character unfold. And that is going to take time. They may be a decent woman, or they may not. But you're not going to know off the bat. You have to let it play out. The second reason why protecting yourself from women is necessary. Women cannot handle rejection. If you prefer to not have a bond with a woman, she is going to internalize that and try to destroy your reputation. The reason why women start acting very hostile and why women start unraveling after you reject them is because women attach themselves to other women psychologically off the bat. Women are very clingy by nature. They cling onto. That's why a woman will walk into a party where she doesn't know anyone and she'll try to search out a woman to attach herself to during the party. Women have a hard time with independence. They're always trying to look for somebody that they can attach themselves to. And not only do they do this physically, they also do it mentally. Which is why a lot of times I have to remind women, no matter what, you don't know me personally. So the emails that you send me and the DMs that you send me, I need to remind you that we don't have a personal relationship. You don't know me on a personal level. You don't have my phone number. We don't go out and have brunch together. But women in their mind, they start to create these attachments to women very early on in the game. They start to mentally form a bond with you, even though they don't know you. So when you so in their mind, if they already created a bond with you, a fantasy bond, not a real bond, because in their mind, they've created a bond with you that you were not aware of. When that person gets in proximity to you and you reject them in some way, they internalize it and they take it very personal, because in their mind, you and them are friends, even though you've never met them. I even see that sometimes even in my comment section, where I'll post something, I'll present something, And a woman will be like, oh, is this really you? Or did you really post this? Or did you make a mistake? Ma'am, you don't know me to decide what turn my platform takes. But because in your mind, you've mentally created an imaginary bond with me, you think that you have a say-so. That's where women get dangerous, because they create these mental bonds with strangers. They create these bonds with women they don't know. And then when a woman creates that distance from them, which is normal because she doesn't know you, they internalize that rejection and then they start to unravel. Okay? That's why you have to protect yourself from women, because women create mental bonds with women that they do not know. The same way they create mental rivalries with women that they don't know. And that's why, because women cannot handle rejection, because they tether themselves to people, because they have a hard time standing alone. That's why the minute a woman that's why a woman will not even walk into a party until her friend gets there. She will literally wait at the front of the building until her friend gets there, because she just cannot go into an environment without being attached to another person. Like me, if me and a girlfriend or an associate or whatever, we get invited to an event, if I get there first, oh baby, I'm going inside. I'm going to paint that event red. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to flip my hair. I'm going to sip my champagne. I'm going to have some shrimp cocktail. I'm going to smile. I'm going to wave. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to connect. And when she gets there, I will go to the front and say, hey girl, and we'll walk in. But I'm not going to be stuck in my car waiting 45 minutes for her to get there, because I can't walk into a place independently. So a lot of women can't handle rejection because women either physically attach themselves to people or they mentally attach themselves to people. The third thing is women will draw near you to study you and hijack your swagger or steal your style. Now, a lot of times people make these statements saying that if a woman gatekeeps, she's not a girl's girl, right? The reality is a lot of women will copy you, replicate you, steal your swagger, and not give any credit. Women like to replicate without giving credit. That's why they can't be trusted. So you can sit here and teach a woman how to build a life insurance company, and you will give her all the ropes because you do life insurance, right? So you teach her how to do life insurance. And she will build her own life insurance company with the mentorship that you gave her, just to turn around and bash you and become your competitor. And she's not going to tell the world that, by the way, I learned everything that I know from her, because she was already doing life insurance. So I went and attached myself to her to learn the ropes. And once I got it, I snaked her. That's how women are. You cannot trust them. So when you understand that, you're not going to allow them to attach themselves to you as a means of shadowing or anything like that, because you cannot trust that, because of their jealous nature, you cannot trust that they will actually be harmonious or fair. Not fair. Let me not use the word fair, because life's not fair. But you cannot trust that they will be diplomatic, because the same woman that you teach will go against you. So that's why you have to protect yourself from women, especially when it comes to your craft and what you're doing. You have to be careful with how far you allow them, because a lot of women, they don't want to do the work that you're doing. They want a shortcut. Women like shortcuts. That's why they copy, because copying is easier than getting the knowledge organically. Copying is easier than putting in the work organically. Copying is easier than going out to get the life experience. That's why a lot of times when women ask me, oh, well, what book did you read to become the way that you are? I'm not the way that I am because of books. I'm the way that I am because I went out into the real world and I got burned. I am the way that I am because I got to know people and I gathered data from what people showed me, and I learned from my experiences. Women are always looking for some type of manual. That's why they copy, because a manual or copying is a lot easier than putting in the work. It's a form of laziness. So women will get next to you to replicate you and copy your swagger and do all these things because that's easier than them being organically who they are. Okay? Or who they are may not be as fun as who you are or as appealing as who you are. Why protecting yourself from women is necessary. Women want to attach themselves to you to build a safe space for information retrieval. So when a woman has a strong desire to take you down, meaning she secretly doesn't like you, but she has to make sure you don't know that she doesn't like you. Because if you don't know that she doesn't like you, she will no longer have proximity to you. So she has to make sure that doesn't happen. So what women will do is they are going to make it seem like you can trust them. They'll do this by praising you, supporting you, whatever it is that they need to do to make you think that they are on your team. You will not fall into this trap when you put in your mind that nobody's on your team. The only person that's on your team is God. And when you think that way, people are not going to use emotional manipulation on you. So women want to create a safe space for you so that you can share your personal business with them. Because they know that if they know your personal business and they know your personal affairs, they have leverage to go against you. So that's why women will share like abruptly. They'll share with you without you asking. And then after they share, they're going to look at you and say, what about you? And the whole reason they shared is so you can share. That is the reason why she opened up to you. And most of what she told you was probably a lie anyways. She just told you that sob story because she wants you to tell her your sob story, because women are going to look for your weaknesses. Women are always trying to find the woman that they're threatened by. They are obsessed with finding out your weaknesses, because if they have your weaknesses, they have you. That's why I don't share weaknesses or anything like that with anybody, because they can't help. And two, that's for God and my therapist. That's not for you. You're not going to, there's nothing you can do to help me about it. You're just going to use it against me when the time allows you to do so. Okay. Protecting yourself from women is necessary because women will smile in your face while doing work on you. Yes. Women will smile in your face, support you, show up at your house, get you gifts, buy your baby, newborn gifts, do all that while visiting practitioners behind your back to destroy your destiny. Okay? They will smile in your face, but behind the scenes, they're putting you in jars. Okay? They will smile and try to interact with you and say how much they love you. While they're complimenting how beautiful you are, they're doing beauty spells on you. Okay? So women are, again, you have to protect yourself from them. And it's not an option. Okay, it's a requirement. And while this may sound harsh, blame your gender. I blame my gender. I've accepted it. I understand why people have to move the way they move with women, because I know a lot of the behaviors of women. So people have to keep women in a way in controlled environments, because if not, they are going to act out of character. Women have to have when you're dealing with women, you have to have a lot of boundaries in place with them, because if not, they're going to try to overthrow you. They will try to overthrow your business. With women, you have to have a lot of boundary lines with them, because they're going to try to be intrusive. They're going to try to invade your space in some way. That's why, you have to create some type of manual of boundaries for yourself when you're dealing with women, so that they don't try to, I remember for one of my businesses, I had a woman tell me, oh, well, I feel like, you may have to install this there, and I feel like you need to put this on the ceiling. I said, ma'am, you're speaking out of turn. You're speaking out of turn. You didn't buy this business. You didn't purchase this business. You didn't put a penny down for this business. You don't even know what you're talking about, because this is not your industry. Ma'am, you're speaking out of turn. And I unfortunately do not allow that. You don't come in my space telling me how to run it. You can give a recommendation after I get to know you and if it's warranted. But you don't come in my space and speak out of turn. And when you have that approach, women are going to call you a mean girl. But the reality is, if you're not like that, they are going to overthrow you. They will overthrow your business. That's why women will team up in the workspace and get you fired. They will overthrow you. If you don't have boundaries in place with women, they're going to take over. Women in your family will stop you from chasing your dreams. They will stop you from going to school. They will stop you from progressing because women, they want to take over. So you have to be careful with how infiltrated you allow them in your life, because they will start attacking you spiritually. That's a known fact. The next reason why you have to protect yourself from women and why it's necessary is women will keep you from progressing so they can feel comfortable and being complacent. So if you have a friend of yours who is not doing nothing with her life, if you say that you're going to go to school to be a dentist, she's going to discourage you from doing that. Because if you go to school to be a dentist, it's going to make her feel inferior compared to you. It's going to make her feel less smarter than you. She's now going to feel like she's lesser of a woman than you. So what she's going to do is she's going to encourage you not to go to dental school. So that's why I said when it comes to women, you have to protect yourself from them, because they will stunt your growth. If they're not ascended, they will stop you from growing. That they absolutely will do. The next reason you got to protect yourself from women is because women will use compliments and praise to manipulate you into trusting them. Nobody love bombs you more than a woman. No one is better at love bombing more than women, and they use it as a manipulation tactic. They use it as a tool to manipulate you into putting your guard down. It's very manipulative, the way that they use it. And the minute a woman is overdoing it, understand what she's trying to do. She is trying to get you to put your guard down in regards to her. So she's going to do that by overuse of compliments to see if she can either manipulate you or get what she wants out of you or get information from you. They will use compliments and praise as a weapon. And then you will know they're using it as a weapon, because when they do that to you and they still don't get what they want, now they're going to revert back to how they feel about you. Now they're going to start cursing you out, doxing you, creating burner accounts about you, because the manipulation didn't work. So it's not just men that manipulate women. Women manipulate men too. Men and women are just manipulating each other. But women will manipulate you, and when they don't get what you want, when the love bombing doesn't work and you still don't let them in, now they're going to start dragging you. And you're like, okay, well, thank you for doing that. I already knew you were going to do that. That's why I didn't let you in the first place. But thank you for showing your ass, right? The next thing is women compete for male attention. So they will sleep with your lover to prove to themselves they are on the same level as you. That's another reason why you got to protect yourself from women is women scale the level a woman is at based on the man that she can get. Okay. So if you're with some top tier guy, what she's going to do is she's going to see how she can get in bed with him. Even if her goal is not to be with him, she wants to prove to herself that you and her are on the same level. So if I can get the same man as you, to sleep with me and you were one and the same. Women have an obsession with being the same. Women want us all at the same level. Women want us all the same. Women want us all to look the same, behave the same, act the same, like the same things, feel the same things. That's why women, if it's a group of women, the one confident girl, they're going to team up and bully her into insecurity. Because women don't want you standing out. They don't want you being different. They want you to be just like them. So if a woman is obsessed with a woman and feels like that woman is above her in some way, she's going to find a way to prove that her and that woman are on the same level. So she's going to sleep with her man. That's why I don't post men. Not that that's going to, stop a man from cheating, but I don't post a man. I don't, husband, kids, that's nobody's business. You will never get infiltrated in my family. I don't understand how people do relationship, family content. There's no people that I want on my business on that type of level. You will never get that type of content from me. Not now, not 10 years from now. You will never get that content from me, ever. I simply don't believe in it. The next thing is women are very sneaky. Okay, they're very sneaky. So because they're sneaky, you cannot really trust them. A woman will be trying to be friends with you, come to your shop, make purchases from you, and she's your enemy's cousin, and you have no idea. And your enemy has sent her cousin to come to your store to make purchases and build a possible bond with you to get info from you to bring back to her, and you don't even know. That's why women, you have to learn how to be very stoic with new women that come in your environment. If you own a store, if you've ever been involved in baby mama drama or ex-husband drama where his new wife is obsessed with you, you got to be careful with the women that try to come in your environment because you don't know why they're there. So it has to be very stoic. It has to be very default. Don't just let your guard down and start hanging out. That reminds me of when Tommy and Carly on Love and Hip Hop went to Scrappy's baby mother's job, and they came in there sitting down. Scrappy's baby mother was a bottle girl at a club. So Carly, Jessica Dime, and Tommy went in there acting like they were having drinks, but they were really spying on Scrappy's baby mother. So she's serving them drinks thinking they're just normal girls. And she's like, oh, hi, yeah, we should all hang out sometime, and being friendly to these three girls. And she doesn't even understand that these three girls are here to find out information about you. She doesn't even know that. So she's opening herself up to these girls saying, yeah, I'm new, I'm new to Miami. Let's all hang out, already opening herself up. I don't roll like that with women because I don't know who you are. I don't know who sent you here. I don't know who you're spying for. Not saying that's always the case. I'm not teaching paranoia, but I'm teaching street smarts. So eventually, Scrappy's baby mother did go out with the three of them, and then she ended up getting beat up by Tommy because that was the agenda the whole time. She didn't know that she was out having drinks with her baby's father's new girlfriend. She didn't know that. It was a setup. So women will do these type of sneaky things to you, and it's your job to not fall for it by having street smarts. You don't automatically open yourself up to women. It takes time, and you get to know them, especially if you're in a service industry. And do not share no personal information about yourself with women if you don't know them that well. The next thing is, if you are attractive, women will hate you off rip. I mean, that's a given. If you're an attractive woman, women already want to see you ran over for that alone. They want to see a car go over you for that alone. So when you understand that, especially if you're a beautiful woman, you're going to know that most women are going to hate you from the moment you walk into the room. And you have to be comfortable with that. The next thing is the last thing is women develop secret obsessions with women, okay? They try their best to hide it. They don't want you to know that they're obsessed with you. They don't want you to know that they're Googling you. They're going to your tags. They're going to your comment section on Instagram. They're clicking names to see if they can put a puzzle piece together. Women are going to do their research to get to the bottom of nothing when it comes to you, okay? So they're not going to tell you, hey, behind the scenes, I'm obsessed with your life. You're never going to know, but they are. Some of them secretly are. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I worked in HR for several years, so in this class, I am going to teach you guys tips, tricks, and valuable information so you can be a corporate Spartan. It is not easy working in corporate America, but if you have the right office politics and you know your rights legally, that will definitely help you have a more enjoyable experience. So this class, I will be teaching you from an HR standpoint, what to do, what not to do, and how to jump paths so that you can get the promotions that you always wanted, what to look out for and what not to look out for in office politics. Also, next class on power. Power is very, very important. This class is not about feminine power. It's about power in life and having staying power. To get through life, when you're dealing with humans, men and women, you need to learn how to make sure that you have staying power, and you need to learn how to make sure that all of the moves that you make sense, so you can always be 25 steps ahead of everyone else, because life is chess, not checkers.